Slept great last night. I got in bed a little bit earlier than I did before my elimination round. When the alarm went off this morning, I really didn't want to get out of bed. I wanted to sleep another couple hours. First thing I do when I wake up, shut the alarm off, pick my phone up, go to the Bible app, read the new verse for the day. Just a good way for me to get the day started. Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones.
Sudden death. Sudden death. Do you know what the weight? Do you know where we're going as well?
No, are you going to tell us the weight, or?
Nah, we're probably not going to tell you.
No, just not going to tell you till you're out?
No, we'll give you the cut weight when we get to the lake.
Okay. The neat thing about sudden death is there's a cut weight. So once you get to that cut weight, you're done. If you do it in the first period, if you do it in the last period, but you've got to be one of the first three to get that cut weight.
My process, I was very focused. I really didn't care where we were going to end up. All these lakes in these regions are really good. The whole key is figuring out the deal. But you really don't know until you live it.
So what's your guess on the cut weight?
55. I ain't heard yet, I'm guessing 55.
As I've said before, in these major league fishing deals, I've learned not to think too much about where you're going, which way you're turning, none of that. So it was just a pretty smooth ride to the ramp.
Good morning.
Howdy, hi. How you doing? How about that?
Here's the guy that gives you the plan and the good news or the bad news. When they handed me the map, I noticed there was 5 or 6, 7 shoals, and they had deep water near them, and a lot of them came up to 7 or 8 foot. So I'm thinking, hey, this is going to work out just like it did in the elimination round. Sometime throughout the day, I'm going to smack them on that jerkbait.
How are you?
This map's not going to tell you much.
I can see that. Other than it has no bass in it because it's trout lake.
Yeah, no cutoffs, no boundaries. We'll be rendezvousing right here in 42 pounds.
42.
42 pounds.
All right. Before we put the boats in the water, they told us the cut weight for today was 42 pounds. That sounds like a lot, but in the end, it's really not that hard to get to 42 pounds if things start going well. And I thought, without a doubt, somebody would hit it.
42 pounds, this event's not going to go 3 periods. I felt the cut weight of 42 was a good cut weight. I felt that it was going to go real quick.
I want you to make it a short day for both of us.
That's right. I want to go back and have breakfast.
That sounds like a good plan.
Oh, that's even better.
You like that?
How many laps you gonna make? I'm Aaron Martins. I've got a bigot on. It's a 4-pounder.
Oh, that's so wrong.
That's what Aaron does when he's fighting a 4-pounder.
It works.
That's him. Well, they're talking a lot of
Most of these lakes like this, you can just drop the trolling motor and go fishing and catch them. Boat docks is the other thing that I see. These largemouth in this shallow water love to get around boat docks.
You know, it was a small enough lake that I was able to make a circle around the entire lake in our ride-through period. So I could tell one side of the lake was flat and one side was deep. But it was pretty, you know, just a pretty straight, basic northern lake. You know, I had the area that I wanted to start in after riding and seeing the entire lake. And I was fortunate nobody started in there with me. I had it all to myself.
Lines in.
Here we go, 42 pounds. Before them other knuckles. Cool, first cast. Yeah, so lines in, started on a little point, throw a buzzbait across the point, and just whoa, whoa! How about that on your first cast? Ha! And he was almost a 4-pounder and a good one on the very first cast. And it was a largemouth, which really told me a lot, that to have that quality of largemouth I knew I could focus on largemouth and kind of forget about the smallmouth. So I just started in a bay. There was a dock right there beside it, and I skipped my jig under the dock and caught another good one, like a 3-pounder, and I thought, man, somebody's gonna go out in the first period.
I'm gonna get out there and jerk over some of that grass and down that bar. You know, 40 pounds, that's 22 pounders. I mean, you know, if the lake is good. What I noticed, the south end of the lake was slick because it was protected from that northwest wind. There was one little corner, and I saw some surface activity. Saw some bait fish on the surface, saw a couple fish come up and break. I just picked a start here because it's got that bay full of grass right there on that side. Seems to be a lot of bait of all kinds, not just that little old bait that you see, but some yellow perch. I had several of them chase that jerk bait up. Basically, I had a lot of confidence in that jerkbait starting off just because I caught all my fish in the first round on a jerkbait and a handful swimming a jig. And that jerkbait just catches those smallmouth. What a weird lake. I made maybe 3 casts with the jerkbait and caught one almost 3 pounds. And that just kind of set the tone realistically for the whole day. And so I just kind of put that jerkbait in my hand and go fishing.
The ride through is really awesome, you know, and this lake that we fished today, Trout Lake, is fairly small. So we were actually able to run a whole lap around the lake and look at basically every shoreline that it had to offer, and even spend some time out on some offshore structure kind of looking around.
It's the kind of lake I was hoping for. But you still got to find the fish. My game plan was to see if I could find some smallies, so my whole practice consisted of graphing, you know, trying to look for birds, just trying to look for activity. But I did notice a lot of bait, and I did find an area where I started that had the most bait that I found. Hey, at least we get to see what everybody's doing.
Bro.
Half the field, really?
Lines in, 7 o'clock. 2017 Sunday Cup, sudden death, round 1.
Oh, almost backlashed.
Countdowns for lines in, it was me, Aaron Martins, and Ott Defoe. We all started within about 50 yards of each other.
You're ready to fire when he says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You're casting. I heard everybody else casting too, so at the same time, it's pretty neat. Usually you're not that close to another competitor in Major League. Are we gonna catch one, bro?
We're gonna know in a minute, ain't we?
Yeah. If we just fish together, we'll go out together and we'll all figure them out real quick.
Let's do it. And Aaron Martin yells out to me and Odd, all right, guys, if I figure them out, I'll tell you, and if you figure them out, you tell me, and we'll all 3 just knock this 42 pounds out real quick right here on this spot, and we'll all go back and I'll buy lunch. I saw Aaron catch one, and I had a nice one come up on a whopper plopper, about 3 pounds, so it kept me around. Now I had drifted up on the shoal because I didn't catch any where I thought they would be. Aaron caught one. God.
On the sink. Got me there, fishy. The first bait I had in my hand was the jerk bait I caught him on the other morning. I figured it was a good way to start the morning. It was kind of cooler out, wind was blowing hard.
Realistically, you'd think in Minnesota they should bite any time of the day. At that time, I'm going, you know what, I might go throw a frog around first thing in the morning in the reeds. And I'm thinking, you know, let me go try to take advantage of this first and wait for the sun to come out. Then I'll come back out here on these shoals and work on these smallmouth. I was freezing my arse off this morning. It was chilly, the wind was blowing, but I had a lot of adrenaline. I had some fish come up schooling in front of me. I caught a smallmouth. I flipped up a largemouth, so I'm thinking, okay, I got 5 pounds and we're closing into the first round of sudden death and I'm in 3rd place with 5 pounds.
1 minute.
But before time expired, the leaderboard would change again when Aaron Martins followed up on a last-second hunch.
I went on the inside through the reed line, broke to the backside of the reeds, and there was like 2 little boat lanes that went to boat docks.
30 seconds.
20 seconds left. I threw like 75 feet to the point where the converges at, and I hooked like a 2.9, and I have like, I don't know, 15 seconds left. And he's counting down.
10, 9, 8, 7. It has to be inside the gunnel. 5, 4, 3. That fish will count.
I knew I was gonna catch one. I could feel it. I'm about to put all my stuff away. I gotta hide somewhere. So I hope nobody comes over here. We gotta hide.